Homecoming season is here. It's literally here. My homecoming is like 2 weeks away, and let me tell you, I am so excited. Like, I have an excuse to get a dress. I have an excuse to get ready. Oh, I'm seriously just so excited. Oh my god, it's so hot in front of this ring light. I actually got ready for this video. I curled my hair. I actually dressed pretty cute. I'm wearing like this jumpsuit. Oh my god. It almost fell. I curled my hair even though it looks bad because I put in a ponytail and just like curled it. I had to do something quickly, okay? And it's a first because, you know, I'm not really that ready for any videos because like I'm like kind of too lazy to get ready for videos. So okay, you know what? Let's just like get into this because I'm gonna keep talking. An idea came into my head, and that's very rare because I never know what to post. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a little makeup tutorial for homecoming. Hey girl.
Can you come here?
Where do you want to go?
Do
you want to say hi? Come here. Say hi!
Hi!
Like I was saying after I got really interrupted, I'm just kidding, it's okay. I'm going to do a makeup tutorial for you guys, and it's going to be like a homecoming look that you guys could like switch the colors. I'm going to use like more of a neutral maroon type of colors, so you guys could switch it up for like whatever dress you're wearing. So, you know, we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna take off the makeup that I have already on, so don't get scared once I come back, and I'm going to get into this tutorial. Alright, so I'm back, my makeup's taken off, and we're just gonna go straight into this. So I already moisturized my skin, and it's a really good base for your foundation and powders and stuff, just so they like look way smoother on your skin and there's no like dry patches or anything. So I already did that, and now we're just gonna go straight into eyebrows. I always start off with the eyebrows, but if you have a different like routine, then go with the flow, you know, I don't know, you do your own thing. So I'm actually going to be using eyeshadow for my eyebrows because I feel like the brush gives it like a more of a sharp edge, even though I'm gonna clean it up anyways. But I think I'm just gonna use the eyeshadow because there's way more pigment, and I feel like my eyebrows will look better that way. I think I'm actually going to pin my hair to the back so it doesn't really get in the way when I'm doing my makeup. Alright, we got the hair out of the way, and now we're just gonna go straight into the eyebrows. Oh my god, everything's falling. I'm taking a spoolie, I'm just gonna brush through the hairs, and I have a mirror that's like broken out of the handle. I don't know, it works really good. It's like magnified, so don't mind it. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrow hairs up, and I'm taking that eyeshadow from the Morphe palette, and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. What I do is I take the color or the pencil or the pomade, whatever you're using, and I just line the eyebrow from the beginning to the end, but under the eyebrow, so I make like a really nice arch how I like it. And then I'm taking the same thing, but I'm doing it on the top, how arched I would want it to go and how thick I want it to be, and just filling in the rest. See, I know these eyebrows look crazy, but what I do is I take a spoolie and brush it out so like some product comes off, and it makes them more like fluffy looking. I don't know, in my opinion, it helps, and I really like it that way. Oh my god, it looks so much better. So you just brush through the spoolie to take out some product. It still looks crazy, but it'll get better, I promise. It'll look good at the end. Now I'm taking this e.l.f. brow gel and running it through my eyebrows. I feel like brow gel is a lifesaver. It keeps your brows in place, and I feel like your brows don't wear off as fast as if you didn't wear brow gel in them. So I'm just going to put the brow gel in. There's not really a specific way to do it, but just shape your eyebrows how you want them to be shaped, and yeah. Next step is that we're going to be priming the lids for the eyeshadow. What I'm using is this Tarte Shape Tape. It's a light color, it's in Fair, and I'm not as fair as this is. I feel like I'm a little darker than that, but I really like to use it for carving out my eyebrows and using as a primer. So I'm going to carve out my eyebrows right now. I'm using like this flat concealer brush to do it with. And if you don't know what carving the eyebrows are, you're basically just cleaning up, like let's say you have, like you didn't pluck your eyebrows and stuff. It gets rid of that, and it also cleans them up so they look more sharper, or they don't look as messy. I'm going to be using like a flat brush to just apply the whole concealer all over my lids. This really helps intensify the pigment on your shadows, and it makes it like blend better. Also, like, it looks a lot better because you're concealing like the veins they have on your eyes. But to blend this all out really well, I'm just taking a wet beauty sponge beauty blender and just patting it all down. I feel like just blends it out, and it doesn't make it as like sticky, like not too sticky where like the eyeshadow doesn't want to blend. So I really like doing this trick. Okay, so now we're going to get into the eyeshadow look, and we have to use a transition color like always to make sure everything blends really well. Okay, so for my transition color, I'm going to be using the Morphe Silk Cream Shadow with the shadow MFEO. I feel like they go good with my skin tone, so I'm just going to use those and just blend them in my crease. Oh, I just realized I forgot something. Like, I forget in every video, I forgot to use tape, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna bring tape. Okay, so I have the tape, and you guys are probably asking, what is the tape for? It's really good to get a clean edge, and it like smokes everything out. So I really like doing this type of trick. So what you basically do is get tape, scotch tape, any like type of tape. You can even use washi tape, and you put it on the corner of your eyes how you would want eyeshadow to smoke out. So maybe if you want it more up, if you want it more out. It's also really good to use if you want to put on liquid eyeliner, you want to have like a really good wing and that's even. You can literally blend anything to the tape and it will not leave a mess. Okay, so I just finished my transition shade, and I'm going to be using the shade Buns from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be using this palette for like the whole tutorial. So I'm taking the shade Buns and just blending it a little bit below that transition shade. It's still gonna be in the crease, so just take this color and just place it right in your crease. Don't go too high up. Make sure you can still see your transition shade, and just blend. And if you don't want it to be so harsh, make sure you hold your brush towards the end. That's what makes it like really delicate, but the closer you hold it, the more harsh it's going to be, and it's not going to be as blended. So now I'm going to get into the more like maroon part of this, and I'm going to be using this shade Jax, I think. I'm placing it below my crease, blending it into the crease. Okay, so don't go crazy and put a whole bunch on your brush. Just try building it all up so it doesn't look so intense, unless you want it to look intense, but I feel like it'll be blended a lot better this way. This is a little intense right now, but I'm going to be using those same transition shades from earlier to like blend everything on the top. So I'm taking those first two transition shades and blending the brow bone. To cut the crease, I'm still going to be using the same Tarte Shape Tape that I used earlier to prime my lids. I'm going to use the same concealer brush as well, and I'm going to show you guys how to cut the lid. I have the concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to put it on the brush. So first you start off with going from your inner corner and just using the concealer to cut a round shape, but not all the way, just halfway across the lid. Okay, so if you don't know how high to cut the crease, put it a little concealer right here and look up and look down, and you'll see it'll make like a little line where you should cut the crease. It just makes it easier to know where to cut it. Alright, so I cut my crease, and as you can see, I didn't cut it all the way. I still left some space because I'm going to blend everything in, and this is called a half cut crease. It's not all the way, so that's basically what you do. So now we're going to get into the fun part. We're going to put like some shimmery stuff on here, you know, make it look a little glam. Alright, so I changed my mind, and I'm going to be using actually shades from the Morphe 35O palette. 35O. And I'm going to be using this shade right here. It's really, really light and shimmery. Also, I'm using this flat brush to make sure it gets in all the like creases right here, so everything looks really clean. To be honest, it's just best to use your finger for it because more pigment gets on. But this brush will come in handy because your finger can't really reach like the creases. So put this more on the inner part of the cut crease. Alright, so now I'm going to take the brush, even though I was supposed to use it in the first place, but I ended up using my fingers. And I'm just going to make sure everything's filled in with this. Okay, so now I'm going back to the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm using the shade Little Lady. And I'm going to place it right by that, oh my god, I was poking my, I'm going to place it right by that shimmery color. And I'm going to be using my finger because the pigment is like 10 times better that way, so. If I keep like going back and reaching down, I have my palette down here because I really have nowhere to place it here on my lap, so that's why. But the reason I like doing this 2-shade type of lid is because it looks like an ombre, and it looks like you've put like way more effort into it. Now I'm going back into that maroon color that we used earlier, and I'm going to just blend it in. Once you feel like everything's blended in, you could take off the tape already. And you see it's like a harsh wing. It's like you kind of don't even need like a wing because it looks like a wing. And you could now put your winged eyeliner, but I'm not going to because I don't really like the way I look with winged eyeliner. So I feel like the lashes that I'm going to wear, they're a little bit more dramatic, so they'll just make up for that. So I'm going to place some fake eyelashes. I'm using the Dodo Lashes style D207 on my lashes, and they're like more dramatic, and I feel to just tie the look together. That's why I like wearing lashes. Also for lash glue, I really like using the Duo Lash Glue in the dark tone because it doesn't leave like that white cast from the glue if you would use a white glue, and I feel like it looks really well with your lash line. And if you wear eyeliner, it looks really well with it because it doesn't leave like a white mark on there. Alright, this is stuck on. We are doing great. We are doing great. Alright, so now I'm putting mascara on. I know it's weird. People like put on mascara first, and then I just realized I still have this. So I know it's weird because people put on mascara first and then their eyelashes, but I don't know how people do that because I feel like my eyelashes get in the way of me trying to put on the eyelashes. So I'm using this Essence Lash Princess mascara, and I'm just going to place it on the top lashes so everything just is together. Alright, so my face is moisturized, and I'm going to prime now, and I'm going to be using the MAC Strobe Cream in Silver Light, and I'm using like this like dense brush, and I'm going to place the primer. Is this a primer? It's like illuminator or something, but I'm going to place it on the high points of my cheeks. Now I'm going to put on my nose, my chin. Just put on the high points of your face. You're gonna look like you're glowing from within, you know? We like that. We like glowing from within. Alright, now we get into the foundation. I'm going to be using the Fit Me foundation from Maybelline. I use the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and it's in the Dewy Smooth one. I usually use the matte one, but I'm kind of running out, so I'm going to be using the dewy one. And I'm going to be using that beauty blender from earlier and just putting this on. I try to put a thin layer. I feel like this has pretty good coverage. Once you feel that you like how your foundation is blended, I don't like the lighting. My walls are gray, so like when I have lighting coming at me, it creates like a shadow. Okay, now we are onto concealer. And I'm going to do this. I don't know how people do the whole triangle thingy. I feel like that's so much concealer. And okay, what I do is I kind of like blending it with my fingers. I know it's crazy. So I'm using my ring finger and just using that to blend it into my skin. I don't understand this lighting today. I don't understand. Alright, I'm trying with the lighting here, but like I was saying, I blend with my fingers because I feel like I have more control, and I don't know, I feel like it's not as messy. There's like glitter on my lashes. Like, where did that even come from? Now I'm taking a beauty blender and just blending the concealer into the foundation. I'm going to be using the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fairlight 10. Make sure that it's not creased up. Blend it a little before you put the powder on. Alright, we're like baking, but we're not baking all the way because I really don't want to have a cast under my eyes when I take photos. So now I'm taking this fluffy aesthetic, I'm never gonna be able to say it. And I'm just gonna wipe away the, I guess you call it bake, but I don't know. This is a dewy foundation, which means you might want to set it because you're gonna be dancing all night and stuff. So you have your powder on, you're good, you're set. Now we're going to go into bronzer because, you know, we like looking bronzed up. We don't want to look like one tone. We want to have like, you know, some color in us. I'm using the butter bronzer because this is literally the only bronzer I own, to be honest with you. So yeah, I need to find a brush. You know what? I decided that I'm going to be using like this really big brush. I feel like this will actually work really well. So then I'm not really, there's foundation on my, this is dripping. Oh my god, I'm so dramatic. I need to get one of those little like mirror thingies, or they look like mirrors, and like you like spill like all your little, like you like mix on it. I don't know, mixing board or mixing tray. I need one of those. Okay, so I'm not trying to like contour, I'm just trying to bronze up my face. So now I'm going to be using a Tarte blush in the shade Feisty. I think that's what it is, Feisty. I like that name, Feisty. Alright, so now we're going to place it on our cheeks. I really like blush to an extent. If you go overboard with blush, you can look a little bit like a clown. But some people look really good with a lot of blush, but I just can't pull that off. There's literally an eyelash on my cheek. Oh, I feel like I put a little too much. It's okay, the highlighter will make up for it. Next, we're gonna do our under eye shadow. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm taking that Jack's color, this maroon color, and placing it really close to my lower lash line. I don't want it to be dragged down too much. It's gonna look like someone beat me up, so. Alright, once you did that, just take that transition color from earlier that we used and just blend everything in. I'm still not done with my eyes because I have to highlight the inner corners. So I'm going to using the shade Beam and using this really dense brush also. And I think the shade Beam in the Jaclyn Hill palette is the prettiest color I've ever saw. It's so pretty for highlighting. So what I do is just place it on the inner corner. It just brightens your eyes up. And I'm also taking it now on the brow bone. And I also like taking the shade Beam and placing it as my nose highlight. So I just use the same brush and just place it on my nose, and I know this looks crazy. And and then I just take my finger and blend it out. It looks a lot better that way. And I'm putting just a tiny bit on the bridge of my nose as well. And now for the fun part, we're going to be doing highlighter. Woohoo! Oh my god, I'm so cringy. I can't. Actually, never mind. We're not going for the fun part yet. We're putting mascara on our little lashes. I'm using the Last Sensational mascara by Maybelline, and it is waterproof. I love putting waterproof mascara on the bottom lashes just so it prevents everything from smudging. So just place a little bit on your lower lashes. And now for the fun part. Okay, so your girl, Karolina, likes a really nice glow. I'm using the Glow Kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's like one of those limited edition ones, I think. I don't think I could get it anywhere anymore. And I've used up that shade White Sand. So I'm taking the shade White Sand and mixing it with Snow. And I'm using the Fenty Beauty highlight brush. I really like this brush. It's really good for highlight. So what I'm doing is I basically just, I don't want too much on the brush. I just take it up and then down. I finally learned how to use this brush after like a year after having it, because Rihanna's makeup artist did a video with, who did she do a video with? Nikki Tutorials, and she was using the brush and she showed how she uses it on Rihanna, and I was like, are you serious? This is literally how you use it. And look, it looks so good. And then she like puts a little bit on the brow bone, so there you go. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Ooh, look at that glow. I love highlighters so much. Now for the lips, I feel like any nude pinky color matches any eyeshadow look, but I think I'm going to be using the Vivid Matte Liquid by Maybelline. I really like it. It's in the shade Nude Flush, and I'm going to just place it on my lips. It's like a pinky coral color. It kind of is the color of my lips. I really like this color. It's pretty. I feel like it suits my skin tone really well, so just wear whatever lipstick you feel comfortable in, to be honest. Just go for it. I mean, there's no rules in makeup, so. And that just fell. That's awesome. Alright, I put my hair down, but to make sure your makeup stays all night, I'm using the Wet n Wild. What was that? Okay, so I'm using the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray, and I'm just gonna spray it on my face to set everything in place into like this always happens. I like breathe in. I'm okay. And this is the finished look. It's like a very intense but pretty looking maroon type of look. I don't know how to explain it, but I really like it. I feel like you can't really go wrong with maroon. I feel like it just looks good on everybody. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys do recreate this look, make sure to send it to me, DM me it, message me it, whatever, however it could get to me. Send me it. I really want to see how it looks. This will be it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I think I want to vlog homecoming and me getting ready and getting other people ready, because I have people coming in so I could do their makeup. So I will try and vlog that, but no promises, because you know how I am. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.